And I think like someone looked in through the window and saw us and we got in trouble and had a detention. It was worth it though, totally worth it. Hey guys, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. This right here is a bug bite. I got it at PAX. I have no idea from what. It's not like any other bug bite I've ever had. I don't think it's like a spider bite. It's definitely not a bee sting. I have no idea what it is, but it's there and it's not going away. So yeah, that's what that is, if you were wondering. But today I thought I would do a first things video. I've seen this tag question kind of thing around YouTube, and basically what it is, well, I googled first things questions and this list popped up. I kind of chose the ones that like I actually had first things of, and some are pretty boring basic things and I wanted it to be exciting and interesting, so I chose a list of first things and I'm gonna tell you guys what those first things are. Also, I apologize if like my hair in all of my videos is just wet and I don't know, not looking that great. I don't own a blow dryer, so that's why in most of my videos it is wet. I shower and can't dry my hair. And also, a couple months ago I lost my hair straightener when I went on a trip with Andre, so kind of struggling a little bit in the hair department, but I mean, it could be worse, right? So I have the list on my cracked phone here. Yep, it's still cracked. Why haven't you got it fixed? I have no idea. There's no reason, I just haven't gone to the Apple store yet. I'm pretty sure I still have Apple Care, so I don't think it'll be a problem when I finally do. The glass is like falling out now, so I should really probably go. But the first thing, what was your first job? I think I've already mentioned this in a 20 things about me or 50 things or maybe a Q&A, but my first job, well, my first like job getting paid was babysitting, I guess, but my first like actual job going to work was McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's for about a year and I actually didn't mind it at all. I think it's a really good first job because you learn a lot. You learn work ethic and they train you really well, and it's kind of like in a place where it's okay if you screw up. It's not like it's like a actual restaurant where if you mess up an order someone gets mad. Like, it's McDonald's. There's like a little bit of leeway in messing up, burning fries or whatever, so I really liked it. I thought it was a good first job. Who was the first person to text you today? That would be my mom. I have a lot of friends. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? The first place I ever flew to was Hawaii, which happens to also be my favorite place. When I was a baby, I think, I'm not too sure how young, I'd have to ask my mom, but she would take me to Maui quite often. I think she had like a friend there that had a house or something like that, so I would go there quite a bit when I was little, and there's like pictures of me running around on the beach naked, like playing in the sand, eating rocks and stuff, because apparently I like to eat rocks. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing with my life. I still don't. What was the first thing you did this morning? I woke up. That was a good start. Actually, this morning, Andre and I woke up really early because he thought that the new Black Ops DLC came out at like 5 a.m. and he was gonna do it, and then we woke up and realized that it didn't come out that early. I don't think he ended up doing it at all, but we were up at like 7 a.m. so we went and got breakfast. What was the first concert you went to? My first concert was a Britney Spears concert. I think I was pretty young when I went. I feel like I was my brother's age, like maybe 10-ish, but I really loved it. I mean, I was a huge Britney Spears fan back in the day. First broken bone. I think I've mentioned this in a past video as well, but I broke my wrist, this wrist actually. I think I was like 12, 13, but I had those shoes, Heelys, the ones that you can like roll on, have like the wheel on the heel. They were really popular for like a month, 2 months, I don't know, but like everyone had them and I needed to get a pair, and I got a pair, and I was running down the street and tripped and snapped my arm in half. So yeah, that was my first and my worst broken bone. First piercings. I got my ears pierced when I was 3. My mom took me. I was very young, so those were definitely my first piercings. First foreign country you've ever gone to? That would be the States, because I went to Hawaii. First movie you remember seeing? This one's kind of funny because I know I obviously watched other movies before this, but the one that like stands out to me, and I don't think I'll ever forget it, is I remember I must have been like 4 or 5 years old. I was very young. I think my stepdad took me to the movies. All I remember is he took me in to see Jaws, and I don't know who we were with. We must have been with someone else because I don't think that he would just take me to go see Jaws. It's not like the most appropriate movie for a kid, you know? And I was little, like I was a baby, and I just remember the scene where like they have the shark and it like comes out of that like tank thing and like bites the guy's arm off, and I was crying, like I was terrified, so scared, and he had to take me out of the theater, and that's like the first movie that I remember. I don't remember which Jaws it was. I'm trying to Google it right now, like how many were there? Okay, Jaws 5 came out in 1995. It must have been Jaws 5 then, but then I would have only been like 1 year old. That can't be it. Okay, well it was one of the Jaws movies. It could have been the 5th one. I would have been really, really young, but maybe I'd still remember it. I don't know. All I remember is seeing Jaws, seeing the shark bite the guy's arm off, and that was it. I was done with that movie. I wanted nothing to do with it. When was your first detention? This is actually a pretty funny story because I've never really been in detention. I mean, I was a pretty good kid. I was a really good kid, actually. A good student. I like never got in trouble. I never wanted to get in trouble. Like I was really scared of getting in trouble. But I remember in grade 6 or 7, I think it was grade 7. The class I was in, the teacher had this jelly bean machine. And like, if we answered questions right and stuff, we'd get like a jelly bean from it. And I think you'd like twist something and the jelly bean would fall out. Me and a friend decided to stay in at lunch, and I think you could just stay in whenever if you wanted to. So we were in that room and we were like, let's eat all the jelly beans. I don't know how it came up. I don't know why we thought that was a good idea, but we took the jelly bean machine. We just started taking out all the jelly beans and eating them all. And I think like someone looked in through the window and saw us, and we got in trouble and had a detention. It was worth it though, totally worth it. When was the first time you shot a gun? I have only ever shot a real gun once, and that was in Hawaii. The States, I mean, as most of you who live in the States probably know, have way less strict gun laws. And in Hawaii, I think you only had to be 16? No, I was younger than 16. I think you only had to be like 14 or something, because I'm pretty sure I was 14. And it was like this little, it wasn't a gun range, but you walked like above a little shop, and it was like this indoor shooting range. I shot like a revolver, a Glock, and I think a shotgun. And I remember just being like so shocked at how powerful they were, and like I like fell back shooting it. And the guy said that I had better aim than the majority of police officers that go in, so maybe I should become a police officer. How old were you when you first left home? I moved out when I was 17. I graduated a year early because I skipped a year of preschool because I was too smart for nap time. So I graduated when I was 17, and I went away for my first year of university to school in Edmonton. So I moved out when I was 17. First sport you were involved in. The first two that I remember were horseback riding and swimming, because those were both when I was very, very young. I mean, I did dance, like ballet, jazz, hip hop, when I was young as well, but I think like horseback riding and swimming were the youngest, because I started swimming lessons basically when like I learned how to walk. I got on a horse when I was 3 years old too, so those were like my first Facebook profile picture. I went on my Facebook and I got this picture. It's from 2010, so this is my first Facebook profile picture. It is of me and my brother. He is a lot younger there. So that's my first picture. But those are all of the questions, first things today. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and click the link in the description below to subscribe. I hope you guys are having an awesome day so far, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!